Now that the snow's done holding the ground hostage and the weather's finished with its tantrums, it's time to start crossing things off my rapidly growing to-do list. This here is the guy's 2011 Freedom Rockwood pop-up camper. Been here, I don't know, 7 or 8 months, something like that. But here's the thing, it's way too nice of a unit to just sit here and rot. It's gotta go. So today, we're gonna open it up, see what kind of Swiss cheese we're dealing with, you know, from the mice just chomping away in there all winter, and get it ready to roll down the road to somebody who can actually use it. We're also going to share with you guys the top 10 things you need to be looking for if you're shopping for a used unit. After all, buying a used pop-up is like dating in your 30s. You got to know what to look for, you could get stuck with a lemon. I'm Andy. Welcome back to the Camping Loop. Before we get into the list, keep in mind, it's in no particular order, just the way we had to do it for the purpose of the video. First thing on our list, check your running gear. After all, you want to have a hitch on your unit that looks like it can take you to the Grand Canyon, not one that looks like it's been in the demolition derby. Does the pin work? Does the jack move freely up and down? If there's a battery on it, make sure we test that and get the date code. How about the tires? Do they roll freely? Are they locked up? You can make sure that you check for dry cracking and a date code. And if these things are older than your son that just graduated, it's probably time to replace them. And check out the lights. We're not concerned if there's a bulb out, but is all the wiring there and everything intact? Second thing we want to look at, the box condition itself. This is where you guys are going to be eating, sleeping, taking shelter from the storm, and questioning your life decisions at 2 a.m. while you listen to the neighbor's party. If the box looks like it's been through a hurricane, you know, scratches, dents, cracks, you might want to avoid it. Take your time, walk around the box, check for any soft spots or loose or missing cracking. Thankfully, this thing is in unbelievably good shape. One thing I don't want you guys get hung up on is like missing decals or areas like that. You can see this one has a few of it. Again, it's a 2011 unit. But all in all the caulking's there, no cracks, no major dents. Definitely dirty and needs a washing, but nothing we can't take care of. Third thing you guys want to do, inspect the roof. Now typically pop-ups have 3 different kinds of roofs. There's ABS plastic, fiberglass, or aluminum like here on the old Rockwood. You can make an argument for which one of these 3 is the best. I know the ABS plastics like found on Coleman's typically crack when they start to age. I do prefer the aluminum, but I can guarantee you this about all 3. If you come across one that has any sort of duct tape on the roof whatsoever, run away. It leaks, it has water issues, period. When you guys are inspecting these roofs here, what you're looking for is make sure all the caulking, I'm not sure if you can see that, I know the sun's blasting right at you, is intact. You want to make sure this is tighter than your pants after your 3rd trip up to the buffet. You can see this one here is in pretty good shape. Worst part about this rig is this stuff here just kind of starting to flake off around the awning. But even around the skylight here, everything's real nice and tight. So in all good shape. Dirty, bird poop on it, but nothing we can't address. I can also tell you that the condition of the roof is pretty much going to tell you the condition of the inside. And chances are when you guys go to look at a unit, it might already be popped up. So I'll show you what to look for on the inside in just a minute. Now number 4 on the list, and again, this is where we hope it's not popped up when we go to look at it, is you want to be able to check the cable and the lift system. The other thing you don't want to hear is Rice Krispies, as I like to call it. You know, snap, crackle, pop while you're lifting up the top. You want to make sure everything is going smooth when you guys are cranking this up. All you want to hear is this click in here. And it's not a race. You guys don't have to hurry up and get it up in the air, unless it's pouring out. Check down below here too at the cable itself. Make sure that everything's greased up pretty well and you don't see any fraying. Give me about an hour, we'll have this up in the air. Nine times out of 10, the death of these pop-ups is actually the cable system, because they're a pain to replace and they're expensive. A lot of times it outweighs the cost of the unit itself. Well, the canvas is looking like it's hole free, which is good. I do see about 4.5 boxes of bounce sheets my wife put in there, so that's good. Go ahead and open these up. tell you what, this is a nice unit for somebody, you know, who doesn't want to take a second mortgage out. Maybe looking to get into popping up for the first time or camping in general. This is something you guys could do without breaking the bank. I put on a few pounds since last time I set this up. We got about 4,000 pound sheets in here. Fifth thing you guys need to do after you're done having a heart attack from cranking this thing up is inspect the canvas itself. If it looks like it needs or has more patchwork than a quilt, it might be a red flag. You want to check for any rips in your screens or in the fabric itself. Go ahead and check your rain flaps and make sure all the Velcro is in good condition there. Your flaps for underneath the bed, around any of the stitching, and especially these corners here. These have a real tendency to rip. But as you can see, this one really is in excellent condition. These are bounce sheets in here again. There are no rips, tears, or anything that shouldn't be on this canvas. It is a little wrinkly, obviously, from sitting for so long, but all in all, really good shape. Dirty, once again, dirty. You can clean everything up here, but great shape. You also want to be checking for any signs of mildew or water damage or anything like that. Nobody likes waking up on a wet pillow. Next thing on the list that you guys want to check are the bed slides themselves. You know, it's like a mini game of Jenga. Is it a bed or a catapult? Is it going to hold you or fling you into the next campsite? You want to make sure that these bed rails are all in good shape. They're not bent up and that the beds slide in and out freely. You also want to check the underside of your beds, and I'll show you that. The boards here to make sure that there's no signs of any water damage or water stains, because that way you know you got a leak. Also, make sure you got all these supports. Bed's not usable without them. Next thing you guys are going to want to check is your door, right? Not only to make sure it opens and closes, obviously, but that it's got the attachments to be able to hang it on the roof and that the slides are in good working order. You got to be kind of careful when you do this or you'll lose a finger. You pop these snaps. She'll slide down like so. We got to get this door out of the way. And these should slide along the rails here, nice and free without any problems. Yeah. Give this a kick there. Oh, that was easy. We got a lock in the way. We got her in the way. We got a lock. There we go. Oh, like a glove. That was easy. Oh. On these doors, you want to make sure that the Velcro strips here are in decent shape. They can be replaced, but you know, thankfully these ones are still in good shape. Go ahead and get everything connected there. We're just kind of doing this quickly to show you guys. Obviously, you take your time a little more. Get that one behind where it goes, and that comes out here. Then what you want to check for, obviously we got a couple minor holes in the screen there, probably from the dog. But see how the door opens and shuts without any issues here? I can tell you this much. Most likely, let me set you down, if you guys are running into an issue with these, probably not level. Number 8 on the list, that's super important, check the floors. If you walk into this thing and it feels like you're walking on a waterbed, probably not the unit for you. Pop-up campers are prone to damage, usually from sitting around in a grassy field or the fact that they have no underbelly on them. Now the floor in this unit is completely rock hard solid. Once again, because there's no leaks on the inside. But one place you guys might want to check that people forget about are inside of cabinets and in the corners. And I realize how dark that is in there, but absolutely no signs of damage anywhere in here. Another spot you guys can check if you're feeling froggy, get right down on the ground. You're gonna see the whole bottom of the floor of the whole unit, and up here in the corners on every part of it, that's where you're gonna run into any rot issues most likely. Number 9 on the list of things you guys want to check is going to be the interior condition in general. You're looking for any rips or stains or mold issues, even on these poles up top. Make sure all the curtains are in good shape. And you want to go ahead and check along all the roof line up there to make sure that all the seams are still stitched. Check out your beds, make sure that they're in good shape, not ripped up at all. Again, this unit, for being how old it is, 2011, we're what? I can't do math. Old enough. Unbelievable shape. Now, if you get here and the unit's already popped up and you're looking for roof issues, you will be able to spot them inside. You don't want to see a single one of these panels sagging anywhere. You want them tight. You don't want signs of water damage. Check around any roof vents or air conditioner units if they have them, lights, things like that. Up in the corners, you can actually pull your curtains back there. I can't get to it because I'll step on that table. But all in all, if the roof's already popped up, inside's going to be a really good indication if it's got any water leaks. The 10th, and probably the most important thing you guys are going to want to be looking for, does the unit have a title? Does it have the right VIN number on the title? Is it free and clear? Is the right name on the title? Does it have any liens? Without one of these, you don't own it. And I can't speak for every state out there. I'm talking about New York, but I know without a title in New York, they're not transferable registrations. Your state may be. Without a title, kind of up the creek. And remember this, if you're thinking about buying a Popple for the first time, it's not just a vehicle, it's a lifestyle change. If you don't own the right one, it can turn into 90% frustration and 10% what the hell did I get myself into? And listen, if you like this video at all or found it helpful, go ahead and hit that button for me down below. It's free and you're going to get all sorts of questionable advice as far as pop-ups or travel trailers. As always, we appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you in the next one.